Everybody, it's my pleasure to be with you again this afternoon or this evening, and I'm really excited to share this moment with you. I can see people calling into this Zoom meeting from very many different places. I see some people are in a car, I think either in a minibus or a small car. I see some people in, they've got the magazine of the company at the back as a wall. I see some people from Eastern Cape. I see some people from Italy. I see people from Nairobi. I see people from all over the place. So we really appreciate you coming to share this evening with us. And what we'd like to do is, if you're a guest, you see, God has given you 2 ears and 2 eyes, but only 1 mouth. So today you'll allow me to use my mouth and less of my ears because I'd like to speak with you. And I want to recommend to you to open your eyes and your ears, because I think the information we're going to share with you will dramatically change my life. Because sometimes when I look back at our life, I shudder to think that I may have turned this business down because our life would not have been the same. So it's really exciting to be with you, to share this moment with you. If you'll allow me, I'd like to share the screen with you. To share with you what we really do in this business. As a start, as Paula said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I'm trained as a civil engineer, originally born in Kenya. Betty and I have been living in South Africa for the last 25 years. You know, when I was growing up, my father used to tell me, son, go to school, get a good education, and then get a good and secure job with the government. That formula doesn't work anymore. I agree, education opens some doors for you that if you didn't have education, you cannot go, but education is not enough. Having a certificate on the wall is not enough to make your life happy. That's Betty and myself. That's about 8 to 9 years ago when the company came to visit us at home, because we're really excited about the business. When I started, my goal was to earn an extra $200 a month. If I did that, that would be able to supplement my salary as an engineer. When we came here, Betty couldn't get a job because she didn't have a work permit. At the same time, because the country was just becoming independent, there were English-speaking schools and Afrikaans-speaking schools. So obviously, because she didn't know Afrikaans, she couldn't get a job in the Afrikaans-speaking schools. Getting a job in the English-speaking school was also a challenge. So we decided we want to do something to supplement our income. And that's why we came across the business. I remember our first check on the business was about $3. But after 7 months, the income had reached $1,000. And that's what really excited me and gave me the confidence that actually I can build this thing to become our main source of income. So I kept building the business. After 3 years, what we were earning from the business was 3 times my salary, and I fired my boss. I can't describe to you the joy of going to the office at 10 o'clock, deliberately late, and then your boss giving you a hard time, and you tell your boss, please, at the end of this month, you don't need to pay me a salary. Give my job to somebody who needs it. I've got more important things to do. That's how Betty and I went into the world of time freedom. You know, now if I want to travel, I don't need to fill a leave form. I don't need to ask anybody permission. Of course, I have to ask my boss at home that I want to travel. But this business has given Betty and myself incredible freedom, okay? The other thing that Betty and I have really experienced in this business is that both of us have been full-time parents. I didn't want a situation where my children asked Betty, Mommy, who is this Uncle Daddy? So I want to share with you what this business is. This business is called network marketing. What is network marketing? Network marketing is a system of distribution of goods and services. First, let me describe what it is not. Number one, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. What it simply means is that you will not get into this business and within 2-3 months, you're earning $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. It takes time to build it. It takes time to learn the skills and the attitude. and leadership skills to be able to generate sufficient income to be financially independent. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. We believe that if you apply what we teach you in the business, within a 2 to 5 year period, you'll be financially independent. That simply means that if your current source of income stops, you'll be able to support your family from the income you generate in this business. That's what we mean by financial independence. Secondly, this is not a pyramid scheme. I'm not sure where this connotation of a pyramid being something negative came from. If you look at all the stable structures around the world, it's a pyramid scheme. The government of America is a pyramid shape. South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, one president, vice president, ministers, heads of government, then the whole civil service. That's a pyramid structure. Look at a company like Safaricom in Kenya, one of the largest corporations in East Africa. That's a pyramid structure. If you go to one CEO, then you have heads of department, then you have CFOs and all those people. It's a pyramid structure. But our business is not a pyramid structure because two things. The difference between a pyramid scheme and a network marketing business is, one, in a pyramid scheme, there is no product or service offered to the public in return for the money they pay. Number two, there is no regulatory body that controls the whole scheme. Number three is that it collapses between 6 to 18 months. Why? Because it is illegal. A network marketing business has one product that actually customers pay for. For example, our company makes products for cleaning, healthcare, skincare, and personal care products. Two, our industry is regulated by the Direct Selling Association. In fact, last week, there was a Direct Selling Association virtual meeting for the Southern African region. And this is a body that regulates our industry. The third thing about our business is longevity. Our company started in 1958. So there's something we're doing right if it has survived all these years until now. But what is network marketing? Network marketing is a system of distributions of goods and services. For example, if I buy a pair of shoes for, let's say, $20 or $30, the actual manufacturing cost of that pair of shoes is between $6 to $8. But why does it get to $30? Because between the manufacturer and the consumer, you have what you call middlemen parasites. These are people who do not add to the value of the product, but keep adding to the cost of it. And who pays for it? Is the customer. So what we do in our industry is we take the products from the manufacturer, in this case, Neolife, and we take it directly to the consumer through a distributor. A distributor is the person between the manufacturer and the consumer, and all the money the company would have spent to pay all those middlemen, that amount of money is the one that is available to pay distributors. And this is what makes our industry very, very lucrative. Let me mention a few things about building wealth, because I'm sure the guests who are here or my distributor colleagues who are attending this presentation want to build wealth. Some few things that you need to know about building wealth. Number one, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. At the moment, the largest corporation in the world is Amazon. Why is Amazon very wealthy? Because they are involved in distributions of goods and services around the globe. The second thing about building wealth, you need to have a global reach. In fact, this morning, one of my distributors wanted to find out information on how to start this business in Japan. I know one of my colleagues attending this presentation has got prospects in Dubai, prospects in the US, in the UK, in Kenya, in Namibia. So you need to have a global reach in this business to be able to be wealthy. Our company does business in just over 50 countries around the world. The third thing about building wealth is leverage. If you exchange your time for money, you will never be wealthy. Why? Because you only have 24 hours a day. I assume you sleep at least 8 hours. You spend 2 to 3 hours either traveling or having meals, and then the rest you work. If you only depend on your hour, on your time input to generate wealth, you'll never be wealthy. Why? Because supposing you fall sick, supposing you need to take a break, does it mean your income stops? So you need to find a way to leverage your time and effort to generate your income. And that's what this business is about. Leverage simply means finding ways to increase your income earning ability through the effort of other people. The fourth thing you need to do is you need to have a consumable product. Why? Because it has a repeat sale. You see, you and I are going to use soap until the day you die. End of this month, you're going to buy soap. End of the next month, you're going to buy soap. End of December, end of January, end of February, you're still going to buy soap. And you're going to buy soap until, in fact, even after you're dead, they'll take some soap to clean you up. So soap is a good business. That's why our company is involved in consumable product, unique, high quality product. The fifth thing you need for building wealth is a business system. What does that mean? You need to find a way to generate procedures, tools, systems that allows the owner of the business to be absent from the business itself. There's a very simple test to check if you own a business. Go away from that business for 3 months. If it collapses, you don't own the business. That business owns you, because without you, it doesn't work. That is a test of whether you own a business or not. And the last thing is timing. Timing simply means that at this point in the history of the world, people are looking for ways to generate money that you don't need a lot of money to invest. You don't need a lot of experience. The business is not complicated. A lot of people are looking to generate income from home, and that's why the timing of our business is perfect. Okay? By the end of June 2020, 150 million jobs had been lost worldwide. By the end of August, this figure had reached 225 million. And companies and people keep losing jobs because of what is going on around the world. Okay? What does that tell you? That tells you that people are looking for alternative ways to generate income. In South Africa, to start a franchise, let's say a McDonald's franchise, you need at least $150,000 to invest and work for 24 months before you start breaking even to generate at least $6,000 a month. Our kind of business, you don't need that kind of money to get started, okay? But the astounding thing I found out about business is that the number one reason why people fail in business is that they start selling a product or a service that people don't need. I think it's common sense that you need to start a business that people will need the products, because then you'll have sales. One of the people who support our industry is Sir Richard Branson. In fact, he owns, I think, 2 to 3 companies that do network marketing. Why? Because he knows the power of network marketing. This is the founder of our company, Jerry Brasfield. Jerry Brasfield, I think, is now either 78 or 79 years old. Why did he start this business? Because when he was a teenager, he had very serious asthma, and his mother gave him some natural remedies. And when his health recovered, he decided he should share this idea with the rest of the world. That's how Neolife was born in 1958. He came to South Africa in 1971, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania between 96 and 97. If you're a guest today, Neolife has come to you. And what are the foundation principles that has helped our business to last this long? Number one is absolute integrity. We believe that it is good to tell people the truth and to tell them correctly. That is what has kept our business going all these 3 years. Number two, the most important ingredient of our business is people, our distributors, our customers, and the staff who work for the company. We care about people because these are the people who actually make business work. If we don't have people, we have nothing. Number three is products that work. You see, if you manufacture or develop products that don't work, it's just a matter of time before your customers look for somebody else to buy from. Number four is equal opportunity for everybody. You see, we don't care whether you're 18 or 81, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're young or old, whether you're a housewife or a doctor, an engineer, a plumber. We don't care what you are. As long as you have a dream, as long as you're willing to work hard, as long as you are teachable, you can succeed in our business. And the last thing is you need a long-range vision. That means you need to plan ahead. Give this business time to build it. All right? All right. What is the next thing? Why do people start this business? Some people start the business because they like to have a good future for their children. Some people want to buy a dream home. Some people want to buy a good car. Some people want to buy a beach home or a holiday home. Some people want to make a lot of money. Some people join the business because they just want to be physically healthy. So people start the business for very many different reasons. So if you're a guest, think about the reason why you start the business. Okay. I know I spoke to some prospects about last week, and they're telling me, look, I'm looking. I know I want to retire from my job, and I'm looking for something to do so that even if I retire, I have sufficient income to enjoy a good life. That's their reason. Okay, so those are the countries where Neolife does business around the world: in America, Africa, Europe, Asia. And one of the organizations that helps our company to develop high quality products is a scientific advisory board. This is a group of scientists who spend considerable amount of time, money, and effort to develop high quality products. Okay. What are the product types we have in our business? The first one is a home care products. These are things we use to clean our bathroom, our toilet, our kitchen, our carpets. As long as you need something to clean, we've got products for you. The other one is the personal care products. That is hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. Then you have the Nutrients Organic. These are the skincare products. Why are these important? Because one of the largest organs we have in our body is our skin. Okay, and we need to take good care of it. And the last range of products is the health products. You know, in most countries around the world, there's a second wave of COVID-19 which is coming, and countries, people are really feeling a tough time. So I would recommend to you to really talk about our products, because a lot of people are looking for zinc, vitamin C, they're looking for garlic, they're looking for vitamin A and D, because these are the things that helps people to survive COVID-19 if you have a strong immune system. So what do we do in our business? We do three basic things to grow our business. The first thing, we call them the 3 daily success habits. You see, you are what your habits are. So the first thing we do in our business is use the products. Why do we need to use the products? Two reasons. Number one, we're supporting our own business. Number two, we need to tell people that we believe in what we are recommending by using the products ourselves, so that you can have your own story. Now, because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the world, Neolife has devised what is called a point value system, or PV system. Let's say you use 100 PV worth of products in a month. The second thing you do is you share this business opportunity. That means you invite people to join the business as distributors. What do these people do? They also use products. Let me say each of them use 100 points. The next thing we do, if you do 100 points with 6 people plus yourself, is 700 points. You become a manager and your income is about $45. Not a lot of money, but it makes a difference. Okay? The next thing you do is you teach everybody to do what you do. Supposing that the person on the top right corner of your screen, you teach them to introduce 2 people to the business. And those 2 people introduce 2 people each. You will have a 700 PV unit. If you do that, plus the other 6, you have 1,300 PV. Your income is about $90 and you're a senior manager. But that is just the beginning, because the next thing you need to do is to teach these people to duplicate what you do. That simply means you train these people to use products in their homes and sell products to different people. If you do that, you'll have 6 units doing 700 PV. times 6 is 4,200 plus your own is 4,300. You become a director in the business and your income is about $580 to $700. Sometimes it can go as much as 800 or 900 depending on the volume. All right. The next thing is some people may not be interested in the business. They may just want to use the products. These are called customers, and we make a profit of roughly 20% from our customers. Okay. The third daily success habit we're involved in is called personal development. What does that mean? That we take time to learn, to build the correct attitude, and to develop ourselves to become leaders in the business. Okay? And what do you need to do that? You have your sponsor. Your sponsor is the person who introduced you to this business, and they create a support system to help you grow your business. And what do we do? Training, support, and personal development. And if you do that, you become a business leader and you start growing your business. And as your business grows, as you become a leader, your income also grows. Okay? Sorry. I'm sure some people are not just interested in $500, $800, $9,000, $1,000. They would like more. If you want to earn more money, you need to help other people in your business become directors. If you help one person become a director, your income goes to $1,000 plus. If you help 3 people to be directors, your income goes over $2,000. If you help 6 people become directors, your income goes beyond $5,000. So I'd like to hand back to Paul. Sorry. I'd like to hand it back to Paul to introduce our guest to share with you his story. So Paul, if you can hear me, you can invite our guest to share with us what his experience has been in the business.
Wow, thank you so much, Pascal. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thank you so much for such an amazing and a wonderful session. We're going to go to one of my friends who came to this opportunity, and is a doctor. And when I talk about true Kenyan, I mean true East African. I think he fits in the definition because he was born and raised in Kenya, schooled in Uganda, and lived in Tanzania, and I think now he's back in Uganda. And with us here today is a young man who joined this opportunity while he was a student, and is the right person to be able to share with us tonight. So without much ado, I want to welcome our WOW team member, Lawi Mwenda, to be able to share with us. Lawi, can you hear me?
Yes, Paul, how are you?
Very well, Lawi, you're most welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. For those that we are meeting for the first time, my name is Dr. Lawi Mwenda. I come from Meru. That's 4 hours from Nairobi. And I come from a normal family. We're not from a well-off family. We are just an ordinary family, not so poor, not so rich, just in between there, And one of my dreams was I wanted to become a doctor when I was young. And I thank God I got an opportunity to be admitted at the University of Makerere some time back. And we used to pay an equivalent of, because this is an international platform, I have to use dollars. Maybe it will help people to understand. We used to pay close to $1,500 a year. Now, that time my dad was working, and it was very easy for him to pay everything. We were raised in a family whereby my dad used to pay and cover everything, so it wasn't a problem as much. I am in our family. We are 4 people. We are 4 boys, and I'm the firstborn. So So when I joined the university, everything was normal. But when I reached in my when I reached my first year, second semester, my dad lost his job, and a lot of things changed at home. The things that used to be normal stopped being normal. I used to have my tuition fee paid upfront, even before the semester would begin. But when my dad lost his job, a lot of things changed. I couldn't be able to pay my tuition fee. And you know, how parents are, sometimes they cannot tell you what is happening. If your parent doesn't have money, sometimes they might not tell you, but you can tell that something is not right. So that's how I came about. And I thought of starting a business, and I was uh, I tried to look for something to do because I really wanted to live my dream. So the first option I had was to look for a job, and I did. I got a job. There was a bakery at nearby campus at the university, and they told me they would pay me close to $30 a month. I was very excited because I didn't realize it wasn't a lot of money for me. It was very exciting. So when they gave me that offer, I was very excited. I took it up. And now the challenge came when they told me that I had to work from 8 a.m. up to 9 p.m. So it was very difficult for me because I had to choose one, either to study or to take up the job opportunity. So I thought to myself and I realized that I wouldn't be able to handle that job offer. So I kept on looking for something to do. So a few friends of mine, me and some of my friends, we came together and we thought of, why don't we start up a business? And we thought about something that we could do. We thought we could start up a business around the university because we realized most of the students at the university used to love watching movies, music. So we thought if we could start a business that would give the students at the university a chance to buy themselves DVDs. So it looked like a brilliant idea. And we came together and we drafted a budget, and uh, we looked at how much would pay for licenses, the revenue, uh, Uganda Revenue Authority. We had to pay for the rent. We had to pay for, uh, we had to buy a computer and something to burn the DVDs from. The whole budget came to about $1,000. But me and my friends, when we gathered around it and asked each other, how much do we have? I had $3. My friend had $10. The other friend didn't have any money. So, uh, in short, the business couldn't go on because we didn't have the startup capital. Capital was too big, $1,000 we couldn't afford. So there I was very frustrated. I didn't know what to do. I was now coming to my second year. And as you all know, to study medicine, you need 5 years. Now I was there in second year, frustrated. I couldn't raise my tuition fee. That's when a friend of mine invited me to a New Life uh, event. I attended, and when I attended, I didn't know much about it. I didn't even know. But at the end of the meeting, I wasn't even interested in the business. But at the end of the meeting, I remember there was this gentleman. He was 1 year ahead of me. His name was David Ebong. Now David was a student whose tuition fee was paid for by the government. And by paid for by the government, it means everything was paid for. His tuition fee was paid for by the government. His accommodation was paid for by the government. And the government of Uganda used to give them an additional amount of money. They used to call them an allowance. So we, the private students, used to admire this government students. But now what was interesting was this government student in particular was going out of his way, and he was building a business part-time that was paying him an equivalent of $500 every month. Yeah, that was very fascinating to me because that was a lot of money for me. I Now, for most of you, maybe someone might have told you to join this business. For me, I didn't need anyone to tell me to start the business because when I looked at myself and I looked at David and I asked myself, who needs the money more? Honestly, between me and David, it's David. I'm the one who needed the money more. I didn't need anyone to convince me to start this business because I realized if I didn't start it, I wouldn't be able to complete my 5-year course. So I said, let me start. And remember, I told you I didn't have a lot of money to start. Actually, some of the startup capital to start, I had to borrow from a friend of mine. And I was able to start the business. I got a few products. I started using the products. I started sharing the products with some of the people around me, my colleagues at the university. Now, some of them were interested in the business. A few of them were interested in the product. And then there was a category of friends of mine who they were neither interested in the products or the business, but they were just laughing at me. Yeah. And which was okay. And when they laughed at me, I never minded because I realized for them, they're laughing at me because they're in a better position. Their university tuition fee was all paid for. Mine wasn't. So I kept on building the business. I started attending some of the meetings. Those days we didn't have Zoom meetings like this, but at least we had the real physical meetings. So I used to attend those every day after classes. And slowly by slowly, my business started growing. I remember my first income in the business was about 13,000 uh, shillings. Now that's an equivalent of maybe like uh, $5 or $3 now. That was my first income, and most of my friends laughed at me. They thought it was. They asked me, "What kind of business is this that you're doing that pays you $3 to $5 in a month?" Yeah, but I never stopped doing it because I realized my the real reason I started this business was for me to get to pay my tuition fee at that time. So I kept on introducing some of my friends, and my business slowly grew, and I started earning some more income. I started reaching a point where I would earn about 100,000 Uganda shillings. 100,000 Uganda shillings was uh, equivalent to about $20. Yeah. So when you make $20, you realize you can make $50. And when you reach $50, you can make $100. And when you make $100, you can make $500. So in short, after 1 year, 1 month in the business, I go to the level of a director in the business. And as a director in the business, my first director bonus was $500. I'll never forget that day. It was a very special day to me. And a lot of things changed in my life. Even before I became a director, so many things changed because I was able to afford most of the items I needed at the university. Sometimes they would require us to have laptops. I would be able to get myself one. Sometimes they would require us to have a stethoscope or something. I would be able to get one without having to call home. And as I kept on growing, my business kept on moving forward. A point reached whereby I started getting an opportunity to start traveling around the world. And my first trip, when you get to the world team, Like Pascal said, you get a chance to travel around the world for free. And my first trip was uh, to go to Johannesburg, South Africa. Now, I was just a normal, ordinary person coming, who used to cross the border from Kenya to Uganda. And I used to use the normal temporary permits, those paper permits that they give you to cross the border. That's what I used to use. That's what I was used to. But now here I was presented with an opportunity to go to Johannesburg, South Africa, at the Santon Sand. And when I Googled it, I realized that's where Michael Jackson slept when he came to South Africa. So I was so excited. And it was my first time to get a passport. It was my first time to get a visa. I even didn't know what the difference between a visa and a passport. And it was my very first time to board a plane. So I got myself a 32-page passport. And indeed, I traveled. And it was very exciting. It was an experience of a lifetime. But today, that 32-page passport has been filled up. We have been traveling every year around the world. Next year, we're going to Europe. Very exciting. Every year, we get a chance to travel around the world. Now, I thank God. I started with one passport. Today, I'm on my second passport. But I remember the very first day I attended the New Life meeting, and they talked about traveling. And I thought to myself that when they were talking about traveling, I thought these people are wasting our time because we don't get a chance to travel. I thought that for me, in my heart of hearts, I thought that God had created a particular group of people who could be able to travel around the world and board planes. But for us, the normal people, we could just be around. I thought that's how it was. So I thought when they talked about traveling, I thought it was impossible for me because after all, nobody in our family had traveled outside the country. But today, it has also happened to me. The things that I thought were impossible, and now they have become possible to me. And I want to encourage you, everyone in this call. Maybe you are there. I know you have some dreams, you have some goals, you have some things that you want to achieve. And maybe you could be seated there and thinking that maybe what we are talking about is impossible. But I want to encourage you that it is possible, and it is possible for you. If it happened for me, be very sure it can happen for you as well. So I want to thank you very much for listening in. And I want you to believe in yourself and realize that amidst all this crisis that is happening, you can still make something out of your life. You can still achieve your dreams. You can still achieve your goals. And don't look at what you are missing. The person who invited you is going to help you and show you how you can also build this business and achieve your dreams. So thank you very much. I want to wish you the best. And I wish you more success than I even wish for myself. God bless you.
Wow, thank you so much, Lawi, for taking us through your journey. And one thing which is standing out to me is the fact that just an ordinary student struggling to pay school fees and tuition was able to believe in this opportunity. And today, you have been able to achieve extraordinary results, traveling the world. I've been able to see, we have been able to travel together. So that is an amazing story for everybody who is on this call. And it clearly tells us, if you want to succeed and you accept to be mentored and shown what you're supposed to do, and of course, with the right opportunity, like the opportunity of New Life, as Pascal has been able to take us through, there is no limit of what you can be able to achieve. So thank you so much, Lawi, for taking time, Dr. Lawi, for taking time to be able to share with us your journey with the company of New Life and what you have been able to achieve. So the person who is on this call, you can be able to make it if you are a guest. We still want to remind you, talk to the person who invited you here, because they're going to be able to show you how you can be able to start. And within a couple of maybe months or years, you'll be able to be the person sharing your success story with everybody that will be meeting. And we are here to be able to give you guidance and help you and support you so that you can be able to achieve your success. So I just want to take us to Pascal to be able to give us the
Hello, Paul. Paul, can you hear me? Dr. Mwenda, if you can hear me, just wave. Okay, because now Paul has disappeared. I don't know what has happened. But Daktari, I know one thing for sure is that you have a vaccine for an illness called excusitis. A lot of people a lot of people use all sorts of excuses why they are not successful. Yeah. So let me wind up our meeting on what the business has really helped us to. All right. If you're going to join the business, this is a home-based business. You can build this business from your house without actually leaving. I remember the lockdown in South Africa started on the 26th of March. And for 4 months, Betty and I did not leave the house to do our business. We ordered products online and they were delivered to our house. Registration of new distributors, we were able to do that online. When you start, the company opens for you a back office where you can monitor and manage your business. Training is done locally and internationally by Zoom. And I mean, we've been able to train people from all over the place. Delivery of products, the company has courier companies that deliver products to our customers. Payment for products you can do online or by mobile money transfer. Payment of bonuses can be done by electronic funds transfer or mobile money transfer. So this business, you can actually build everything from your house without leaving. I think Dr. Lawi Mwenda had spoken about Santon Hotel. Betty and I were privileged to go to San Hotel last year in October. We had 4 days of glorious time. If you look at the room, they are fantastic rooms. You've got a fridge. When you go to the meeting, you've got aloe vera plus given by the company. You drink, enjoy interacting with people from all over the country. It's a really fantastic training because it broadens your mind. You begin to see a different perspective in the business. Those are some of the people who attended the Ruby Orientation Leadership School last year in October. People from Nigeria, from Tanzania, from Mozambique, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Namibia, people from completely different sources. Why does the company do this? Because the company recognizes that you've built a considerable business and you've become a business leader. Okay, so how do you get started? If you're a guest, turn to the person who invited you, give them a call, tell them, look, I want to start the business yesterday. What do I need to do? Fill the application form, pay your registration amount. If you're in South Africa, it's between 690 and 2,700 Rand. If you're in Kenya, it's between either 7,230 or 8,820. If you're in Nigeria, it's 17,500 Naira or 22,500. In Tanzania is 140,500 or 170,700. If you're in Uganda, it's 203,900 or 242,500. If you're in the USA, it's $99. If you're in Sweden, is 1,025 Swedish krona for an executive. This is a premium business kit. So if you're a guest, turn back to the person who invited you. Tell them you'd like to get started. A few things I'd like to mention if you want to succeed in our business. Number one, you need to be teachable, because most people who start the business start with little or no experience. I mean, Dr. Lawi Mwenda has brought it very clearly that, I mean, he was a student. What did he know about business? Okay, specifically about this network marketing business. So anybody can do this business as long as you inoculate yourself from a disease called excusitis. The second thing you need to do, you need to have a dream. You need to have a desire. This we cannot do for you. You need to develop a desire within your heart that you want to make your life different. And the third thing you need to do is you need to work hard. Okay. A friend of mine called it salt and water. In other words, sweat. You need to work and develop yourself to become a leader in this business. If you do those three things, you're willing to learn, or you're teachable, you have a burning desire, and you're willing to work hard, nothing will stop you from becoming successful. So remember this, if you do what you've always done, you will always get you've always got, okay? And one of the definitions of insanity is doing the same things and expecting a different result. But if you change, if you need to do today what others won't do, tomorrow you'll be able to do what others can't do. For example, to travel. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're a guest, speak to the person who invited you. If you're a distributor, rekindle your dreams, speak to people, invite them for this meeting. And as they say, today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Thank you very much. God bless you and good night. Hi, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, Pascal, I can hear you. Thank you so much for taking us through our session today. That was Engineer Pascal. A good job. We appreciate what you have done for us. And Lawi, thank you so much for sharing your story. And everybody who is on the call today, we have come to the end of our session. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night and be blessed. Bye-bye. Thank you, Pascal. Good night.
Bye-bye.